All right, everybody hear me okay? Yep. All right, I've had to follow Bruce on a session today and Claire. That's just totally not fair that I've had to follow those two great presenters. But we are going to talk about never being on call. How many people here are on call or DBAs on call right now? Show of hands. Not nearly enough of you with how many phone calls I've heard in this conference today. So I definitely think there's more of you. But we're going to talk about this, what you should do and what you need to do and everything related to it. So first thing you could do is just quit your job. Then you're never on call again. It's real simple, real easy, no problems whatsoever. You're all taken care of, okay? 100% guaranteed this will work, that you will not get a call again. So you might have other problems, but let's talk about real things. So I'm going to skip this one really quick and I'm going to go to this because I changed this last night. So what is the key to not being on call again? And the key is a really, really bad word that we all hate, and it's called documentation. Now, what do I mean by this? Do I mean some old 90-page document on how to do something? No. I mean a document that anybody can work with, that anybody knows how to use, and something that you can do so that no matter what, when somebody says, hey, how do we bring this server back alive, there's a document out there that can do that. And if you get a good document doing that, then anybody can do it. I like to say to my own team, I say, your partner has to be able to do this work for you. Hopefully that means they get a job in the future and you don't. No, that's not the goal at all. So it's hard to do, but it's key to success and no one likes to do it. So I'm going to tell you some really quick things that you can do right now to make it easier, okay? I am going to help you make this easier. So first of all, start with a list. Everybody tells me all the time on documentation, well, I've got to create this entire flow chart on everything that has to happen in the next 90 minutes of all of these things. No, you need to start with a list. Everyone here can say, if I want to go start my car, I go to my car, I open the door, I turn the key, I push the gas. That is a list that can work. You can do the same thing on your database servers. I turn on the server, I set it to this, so forth and so on. Make a list. Use a whiteboard to go and find a big whiteboard and just whiteboard out the process with a few of your team members. Again, just speak normal words. No technical details, no finding this server IP address or what about this VPC or things like that. Nope. When a customer logs in, what happens? They go to here. That's it. It's very simple. Have a coworker help you. And by all means, please use AI to help you with this. We should all be using AI more. We definitely need to do this. Also, the star of my presentation is my granddaughter right here. She is here to help us out with documentation. If she can do it, all of you can. I promise you that. She's only 2. Okay, so how do you overcome some of the very, very key barriers of documentation? These are the 3 that I hear from constantly are the biggest things. First of all, it's boring. Yes, it is boring. I'm going to acknowledge that. 100% nobody likes to write documentation. Well, typically nobody. What you need to do is tell yourself, how can you gamify this documentation? How can you do something like say, hey, if I get a whole page of this documentation done, or if I get this done, I get to go on a vacation because of this. I get to have an extra 6-pack of beer or whatever I want or something else. Give yourself a reason to do these documentations to help gamify it. Make sure you set good timelines. Timelines are very important, and talking about timelines, make sure that you say a project is not done until you have the documentation. Okay, that's the key part. And then the last thing is ownership. And the way I say this on ownership is that if you leave on vacation and you cannot do something, like you get a call, you have failed at your documentation, meaning you have ownership of it. You should be getting a call because you did not do it well enough. So that's extreme ownership for it. So, and the last thing I'm going to say on this really quick, and I will go back to one more slide here in just a second. Well, let me go back to that slide first. We'll go back to this one. Why do you really want to do this? Why is it so important? People say to me, well, my company wants me to do this to make sure it's there. No. This will help you in your career in the future as well, too. Because a lot of people will say, well, if I don't document this, then my company has to keep me around. No, it's just the opposite. If you don't document it, then you need to go and find another job because then that position won't be there. You'll not have something done in the proper way. So you need to make sure you document these things, and then you'll be able to do other things in the future. It gives you more freedom in your job if you can say, I don't have to do this process anymore. Anyone can do this process. So make sure that you get out there and do it. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to bring up, be prepared. It does improve your career and it improves your time greatly. So please try to do that as much as possible. Thank you very much.